Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly. Today I'm going to be doing a spread in my memory planner, which is my Erin Condren vertical, and I am going to be back planning the week that we went to Harry Potter World and we're finishing up our Disney trip. So I'm going to be using this super gorgeous kit that I've been hoarding from Simply Watercolor Co. that is Harry Potter themed, and oh my god, look at that bottom washi. My heart hurts so much. So good. So anyways, I'm going to do this. I am going to do it as a sped up talk through, so I can really kind of talk you through our Disney and Harry Potter World vacation and hopefully not forget things the way I think I would if I tried to talk over this in real time. And then you can kind of hear about our week. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so pretty much everything I'm going to be using will be from the Simply Watercolor Co. kit. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of talk over all the intro part. If I use anything else, I'll start to chime in. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of my Disney trip, just because I know I talked about it in the memory planning video for the week before this, which I will try to link up in the corner. That was my collab plan with me with Nikki Plans and Two Little Bees. But anyways, so I kind of talked about the first half of the week, but I just want to talk about the planning process overall because I was super overwhelmed. I've talked many times on this channel that I formerly, prior to this trip, was not really a Disney person. We were doing the trip because Dan really wanted to go to Toy Story Land, which was now in Hollywood Studios, and I really want to go to Harry Potter World. And since we were there, we decided to also do Disney. And once we kind of learned about Epcot Food and Wine, we decided we really wanted to do that as well because we really like food and wine and just like being foodies. So food and wine is perfect for that. So then we decided, okay, well, we'll just make a whole trip of it. So what we ended up doing was 3 days at Disney parks and 1 day at Universal. And I think that worked really well for us. Actually, let me back up. So we actually didn't plan the trip until like 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, 2 months before. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you have to plan Disney like a year in advance. And like, you have to, get your, ADRs 180 days in advance and blah, blah, blah. And like, maybe that's true if you go in peak summertime and you're going with kids and you need to have primo lodging and can't like be flexible and on your schedule and all of that. But we were able to get like a good hotel at probably a fairly typical rate. It wasn't like a steal because it was a luxury hotel, but or like one of the, what are they called? Are they called the luxury tier? It's the top tier of the Disney resorts. But we were able to get one with good availability, and it was like a hotel we would have wanted to stay at anyway. That's like 2 months before, and we just had to be flexible on our dates. And luckily flights are really easy. Like we have a lot of direct flights from DC to Orlando. So that was super easy. So we could be flexible, on when we took PTO. Yeah, so we ended up staying at the Yacht Club, which was super nice. So it is near Epcot. It's like the Epcot boardwalk area. And it is, I think, a great hotel if you're going as adults, and especially if you're going for Epcot Food and Wine, because it's super walkable to Epcot, and the hotel itself honestly is really, really nice. I liked the Yacht Club better than Beach Club. Beach Club has maybe a slightly better location, but Yacht Club is definitely a nicer interior. Beach Club feels a little dated to me. Oh, by the way, that washi I just put down as headers, that's from Simply Gilded. It's like a 5mm bow washi. And I just really liked the Yacht Club. The rooms were so nice. The theming was so cool, but the location, you really couldn't beat it, especially for Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So that worked out really well for us. All of the planning, we had help with a Disney planner. It is someone in the planning community actually, and I think she just changed her Instagram name. She used to be Meg Plans, but I think she just changed it. So I will leave her link down below. She was great. Really, really loved working with her. She was super helpful. And for us who had no idea what was going on, we just kind of told her, okay, well, we like this type of cuisine and this type of rides. And she made a ton of really great recommendations for us. And we really were able to get reservations for things like we couldn't get one at like California Grill, for example, or we didn't even try to. We weren't exactly about to eat at Albert and Victoria's, which I now understand is like the nicest restaurant. But we were able to get reservations for places we really enjoyed. We had a really nice meal at Jico at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Giro. Gico, I forget. But for us, we were really going for Epcot food and wine, so we really didn't do a ton of like fancy meals. Oh, by the way, I'm going through with some overlays now. The one I just put down was a Ravenclaw crest from Simply Watercolor Co. And now I have the collab sheet between Rose Colored Days and J. Crew Plans, and I'm kind of using some of those as well. So yeah, so I really enjoyed it though. I guess I really had not expected to like the Disney parts of it as much as I did. It was a really fun as an adult. Like, you know, I mean, we were able to do more, I think, than if we go back, if we have a kid and we go back, like it'll be a very different trip. Obviously going for food and wine, is totally different than like going with a kid that like wants to be at Magic Kingdom all the time. And we just, you know, I don't know. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed the quote magic of Disney. I just really, I don't know. I kind of maybe was a little judgmental of people that would talk about that sort of thing. And I was like, oh, you know, it's just a theme park. But I do think that Disney, especially compared to Universal, which I saw when we were there for Harry Potter, the theming at Disney is just so amazing. Universal feels like a park that has rides throughout. Now, I will say the theming of Harry Potter World, like the Wizarding World, is outstanding and you really feel like you're in London. But like when you're walking just through Universal in general, it's like, okay, this is just like, you know, a theme park with a bunch of rides. Oops. Sorry, alarm, ignore me. But I would say for Disney, like it really, like each park really did have a specific feel. They all had like really unique, like just really unique little touches. Like, you know, the bathrooms were different in each part of the parks, and all the snacks that were themed to the area of the, like, I don't know, it was just really good. So I really enjoyed it. I would totally go back to Disney. I had a blast. I think Harry Potter World in particular, which we did one day there and at Universal, and we spent 7 hours there, and literally the entire time we did at Harry Potter World, we did the express pass that was like one use basically, which I'm really glad we did, because none of those rides were that great. I would say Harry Potter World is much more about like the like experience of going into all the shops and just being immersed in the Wizarding World versus like the rides. The Hogwarts ride was really good, but other than that, the rides were just oh, and then like, you know, I guess they do consider the train itself, the Hogwarts Express, to be a ride, so that's really cool too. But like honestly, my favorite part about that was just being in the Wizarding World. Like it was so well done. Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, like all of it was so amazing. Whereas I do think for Disney, you know, obviously there's like, I'm not as much into the Disney merch, although Dan was. We were looking for a lot of Toy Story stuff, but Disney, I just had a lot of fun just kind of like walking around the parks and like going on the rides themselves, even though the rides weren't like, I guess I didn't realize that Disney rides are not as much like it's a very family friendly park. Like there's really only like one coaster that goes upside down, which is the Aerosmith ride, which was like the best ride, by the way. So fun in Hollywood Studios. I just really I didn't realize that, but all the rides are like the ones we went on, they're really fun. And yeah, so anyways, I just had a really good time. I enjoyed the Disney snacks. I enjoyed the parades and all that. I saw Maria from Two Little Bees, which was really fun. So yeah, I'm really glad we did it this year. Like, you know, before we have kids and like before, like just the two of us, it was such a good time. And I would say if you're like trying to contemplate doing Disney as an adult and you're not sure, like maybe you're not as much of a Disney person, I personally had a much more wonderful time. Like just than I expected to, really. Like if you're a Harry Potter person at all, you have to go to the Wizarding World, and I think while you're down there, you might as well spend a day or two at Disney as well, because I just think that both are really worth it in their own ways and are really fun. So, but definitely go, if you're a food and wine person, try to go in the fall, because food and wine was so much fun, and we had a great time. So anyways, I am moving on to this spread. I put all the date covers down, by the way, and those bow headers that are pink with a bow are from SADIE stickers, and I am just filling in my sidebar now. This is a memory plan with me, so I just kind of put in whatever like fills up the sidebar basically, and I use some Simply Gilded washi in the sidebar, and the charcoal I feel like This is a charcoal washi, not black. It looks really harsh on camera, but in person it looks like kind of the same color that the darker full box is, and I think it actually matches really well. And in the top left, by the way, I put a Clever Gal Crafts little flag. So now I have zoomed you guys in and I'm getting started on my day. So on Monday, we had already gone. On Saturday, we had done a half Hollywood Studios day, half Magic Kingdom. On Sunday, we did Epcot all day, and then on Monday we were going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and that I'm using a Fox and Pip Ravenclaw girl, because I am in Ravenclaw, and I just thought she was so cute to just kind of mark down that we spent the whole day there. I decided I didn't really have space to mark down each individual thing. We ate both breakfast and lunch there. I really enjoyed the breakfast more than the lunch as a vegetarian. But yeah, we ate at breakfast at the Leaky Cauldron, and that was really good. And then I wanted to mark down that I got my wand. I wasn't chosen like Jessica from J Crew Plans was. I was so jealous of her story. I wasn't chosen. An 8-year-old boy was. Probably more appropriate, but whatever. But yeah, but I still got my wand. I, of course, picked the Holly wand. I had to. And so I took a little paper and milk character that says, "You're a wizard," of the little Maru. I thought that was so cute. And then I wanted to mark down trying butterbeer. So I took a butterbeer from one of those sheets and a little My Letter Finally Came. I wrote in, I'm like looking at my spread while I say this, sorry. Next to the Hogwarts Express, I wrote in "My letter finally came" because I was so happy. I cried. I cried multiple times during the Harry Potter World experience. I'm not gonna, when I had to leave, when I couldn't get my wand to work and I didn't feel like a real wizard. It's funny now, but at the time it was very emotionally fraught. I'm insane. And then Monday night, we went out in Disney Springs because we didn't have park tickets, so we couldn't go to Epcot or anything. So we went out in Disney Springs. We went to Morimoto, which was actually really good food, and then explored Disney Springs with Maria, who met us there and we got ice cream with. So that was fun. And then on to Tuesday, it was another Disney day, and that was our all day at Magic Kingdom. So I took a Disney Day sticker that my Disney planner actually had sent to me, Meg sent. I think it's from Magic Prince Co. And then I took a little Once More with Love, little mini munchkin next to that to mark that down. And then I wanted to take down or use this big not script, but this big word sticker from Scribble Prince Co. It's in J. Crew's lettering. And then I put another Fox and Pip little Disney girl next to her. I thought she looked so cute. And then I just kind of marked down that we got the snacks. I had a churro. I think I had a Mickey bar that day, or maybe that was a different day. But and those are little stickers from the Scribble Prince Co. sheet as well. And I just marked down that we did that with Maria and Brianna, Maria was there with her daughter. So we met up with them for some snacks. And then that night we went to Epcot and back to Epcot Food and Wine because the Magic Kingdom closed early for one of the Halloween parties. So I marked that down with a little paper and milk character. And we actually kind of had a disaster where we had thought the extra hours for our hotel would apply to Food and Wine, and it didn't. But the anyways, long story made short, the customer service at Disney was amazing, and they basically ended up giving us a pass because they had given us the bad information in the first place. They were their front desk people were the ones that told us it would be open late for the fast passes, or not the fast passes, the extra hours. Sorry, I'm trying to talk so fast. So anyways, they gave us extra park tickets for Wednesday to use before our flight. So that's the fast pass that I put in for that was from Paper and Milk, and I put that on Wednesday. We literally ran into Epcot. We had an hour and a half to try to finish eating all the things, and we shoveled food in and then headed to the airport. But that was amazing Disney customer service. I was really impressed. And then I took that flight info sticker from Caress Press to mark down our flights. And then of course I was reunited with Princess Sarita, and that is my favorite sticker ever from Kittenish Girl Jess. And it's a little picture of Sarita with her foiled crown on. It's wonderful, or not picture, but drawing. And it's so wonderful. And then we got Chipotle for dinner. So I took a Coffee Monsters Co. little chips sticker for that. And then that night I had to work on writing my newsletter, although I think I'm actually gonna switch this out after the fact. But yeah, that's a little sticker from Tassel Planner with the laptop with a bow. And then moving on to the second half of the week, I had to go back to work on Thursday, which sucked. So I'm taking that big clipboard sticker from the Simply Watercolor Co kit to just kind of like mark out a bunch of time. I honestly didn't really write down that much that day, so I'm just kind of marking out some space with washi and just filling in some space, and then using that clipboard, and I wrote on top of that to note down that I had to go back to reality that day. And then on Thursdays, I do send out my lifestyle newsletter, so I marked that down with that bow from My Newest Addiction. And then that night, I worked on editing a YouTube video, so I am going to take a little laptop from Scribble Prints Co., and it's in her fall colors, and I'm going to layer that on top of a quarter box. I'm being very indecisive off screen. But yeah, just to wrap up the Disney thing, if you do have any questions down below, feel free to ask. I'm certainly no Disney expert. I would go to Viv and J. Crew for that, or the Disney planner. But just in terms of like, you know, how we did it and how we did stuff last minute, I'm definitely your gal for doing it last minute if you have any questions. So yeah, well, we had a really wonderful time. And like I said, I think it's really worth the visit if you have been thinking about it. I mean, obviously it's pricey, but I think that the flights are so cheap, and if you go in the off season, you can get better deals on, you know, where you stay. We chose to stay at a Disney resort because we wanted the proximity, but I know a lot of places, you know, Maria has a place that she really likes that's a lot more affordable, that's still like, it's either Disney, I think it might be in Disney Springs, or it's very you know, short distance from the parks, which is really nice. So on to Friday, I used that little Fox and Pip no talkie before coffee just to mark down a Starbucks run, and then I uploaded a video, so I used the Clever Gal Crafts heart for that. And then that night we did a grocery run, and I used that grocery run sticker from Scribble Prints Co. and J. Crew's lettering. And then when we got back, I just basically had a YouTube binge. So I'm going to mark that down with a half box and a girl from Fox and Pip who's like sipping her tea. And eventually I do get rid of that Coffee Monsters Co. emoji. I liked him, but he was just so giant that I felt like he was like gonna stomp all over the grocery cart. I don't know. He looked really big to me in that space. And then on to Saturday, I am going to struggle a little bit with this format, but that girl is from Fox and Pip, of course, and I just use that to kind of mark down having like a lazy and snuggly Saturday morning, just a really nice, like, chill morning. Oh, and there I am replacing that, and that was a little gold foiled shopping cart from the Tassel Planner sampler that I just showed. That sampler is really cute and functional. I have definitely used that. And then that day was a big Simply Gilded release, and I have these Akio washi stickers from Sticky Sloth Designs, and it's like, how many chances do I get to use that for Akio washi, like in a Harry Potter spread, and there's also a Simply Gilded release? I was really happy. So I had to use that. Like, normally I wouldn't mark down like a washi release in my memory planner, but it just made me really happy. And then that afternoon, I did some planning and filming. So I'm taking a little paper blush bar, really delicate little planning time sticker. And then I went to yoga. And so I am marking that down. I'm going to steal that quarter box and use that to mark down going to a yoga class that afternoon. I did like no exercising in Disney, obviously, because you walk like a gazillion steps a day, and that was perfectly fine with me. And then I am grabbing a little yoga girl from Virgo and Paper. I almost called her Virgo and Pip. Virgo and Paper. And then finally that night I worked on making a poster board, because the next day I was cheering on my friend who was running the Marine Corps Marathon here in DC. So I took a cute little emoji that is like crafting and has scissors. He's like got glue and scissors, and that was me making my poster. His little tongue is out, which I think is, or maybe he's smiling, I can't tell, but he's really cute. And then on Sunday we spent all morning kind of spectating our friend. We ran around, we caught her at like 4 different places. I was really proud of us. Like, we did a really good job like coordinating the metro, and I was so proud of my friend. I cannot even imagine. The longest race I've ever done is 10 miles, and she did like more than double that, which is insane. So I took a little once more with love cheering emoji for that, because, or emoji, a cheering munchkin for that. And then after that, watched some football that afternoon, and then did some meal prep. And then I have a video. Oh, I think I ended up taking that video out because I didn't actually upload a video that day. I don't know if I do that before the end of this video or if I just did that off screen because it's not in my planner currently. So, I guess I did that later. So anyways, that is this video. I really love this spread. Oh no, wait, there's more. There's a lot more deco and stuff. Oh, that's right. So I'm going to be super extra here in a moment, and I am going to get out these tiny little, you can see there, they're like these little bows and stars and whatnot. And I am going to take those and put them all over the top of my spread. And I think it looks so fun for like a really, quote, magical look. I did it for this week. I think I did it for a Halloween week as well because I just think it gives it kind of like quote, magic vibe. I don't know how else to explain it. I just feel like it makes it look extra sparkly. And for a Harry Potter week, I feel like it deserves the sparkles. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this spread. You're just going to see me wrapping up here. I think that's all my thoughts on Disney. Like I said, I just really, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed it. I think that maybe I'm a Disney person now, guys. I've bought Disney kits since I went to Disney because clearly I want to go back to Disney. So I'm just like, apparently, I'm also I'm hoping that I can go with some friends. And like, I don't know if Dan wants to go again, but like, I kind of want to meet planner people there for a weekend, hint, hint, to people. So, yeah, I just had a great time. And I think it's just a fun, quick trip, especially if you're already on the East Coast. Like, it's such a short flight and you can totally, you can have a lot of fun in 2 days in Disney, if that's all the time you have. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, let me know down below if there's anything I can help with. And I think that is it for this video. So I will talk to you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching. Bye.